Coffee and convo, y'all. Let's get it.
Michael Vick at BetUS.com. Catch an incredible 125% sign-up bonus on your first 3 deposits, plus 10% gambler's insurance. BetUS, my online sportsbook and casino.
Yo, salute to everybody already here in the building, man. Y'all know what time it is. Welcome to the latest installment of Coffee and Convo. I am your host, Graphk Raider, man. Salute to the greatest chat in YouTube history. Also, salute to our proud sponsors over at BetUS. This live stream is powered by BetUS. Make sure to go check out the link in the description, and it will be in the comments section pinned. Make sure to head over there, get a 125% bonus on your first 3 deposits for up to $2,000. Salute once again to our proud sponsors at BetUS. Man, salute to everybody. Long weekend, you guys. Happy holidays, Labor Day, all that good stuff. Took a break, spent some time with the family this weekend. I hope you guys did the same. This green dot gang is in full effect. I see the green dots everywhere. Make sure you guys wipe them feet, y'all. Hit them thumbs up. If you are not subscribed yet, man, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We are on our way to 30,000 subscribers, man, and we cannot do it without you guys. It's free. It's easy. Hit that subscribe button, man. Salute, 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 Green Dot Gang in the building. If you guys want to become Green Dot, also hit the link. It's pinned up top. It's definitely one of the best ways to support what we do over here at OLV Raiders Network. We're going to talk about it, you guys. Week 1 is upon us. Football season is officially here. Yesterday was the last Sunday of no NFL football. We are back, you guys. We are back. Football season is in full effect. We got the Bolts this Sunday at SoFi Stadium. Man, I don't think you guys realize. Matter of fact, you guys you know, you guys are as hyped as I am. I've been waiting for this week, and it's finally here, man. I am hyped up. We are going to go over both rosters today, you guys. We're going to do a comparison today, okay? We're going to compare each room by each position and see who has the better room going into Sunday. I want to see what we got going on. We got to keep an eye on the competition. We got to, scour their roster and do some comparisons here. We're going to do that here shortly, man. Salute to my guy, Ant, gifting 5 OLV Raiders Network memberships. Salute to my dog, Ant. As always, I appreciate you so much, brother. Salute to all the new people here that are officially Green Dot Gang. If you missed these 5, hit the link. It's pinned up top. One of the best ways to support what we do. Salute to Slime, man. Best podcast in YouTube history. Salute to my guy, Slime, man. I appreciate you, brother. Real talk, man. Primos, we're going to talk a little college football as well, man. I know you see my Fighting Irish go out there and cook. Got A&M up out of there. Come on, man. Come on, man. Number 7 in the nation. We're going to cook this year. But I definitely watched that game. LSU, USC was a fire-ass game. Both defenses improved since last season. It's going to be interesting to watch those 2 teams moving forward, man. Salute to Kenny Mack, SoFi, a.k.a. Allegiant West. Well, look, man, we haven't had a ton of success, Kenny Mack, at SoFi Stadium. So I don't want to call SoFi Allegiant West just yet. Let's just say this. LA is our home. LA is our home. But we still have some proving to do if we want to call SoFi Allegiant West. Haven't won a ton of games there yet. We have to prove that we can go into LA, beat the Chargers, beat the Rams. We have to prove that we can do that. And we have 2 additional home games this year, 2 in LA. 1 against the Chargers, 1 against the Rams. Can't do it yet. Definitely LA is home. The Raiders run LA, but we cannot call it Allegiant West yet because we have not had a ton of success there yet. This year, that changes. Salute to my guy, Kenny Mack, man. Salute to Heat Check on a $5 special. Season starts this week. Cheers, Graphk. Thanks for getting us through another long summer. The GOAT, Barack Bowers. Salute to my guy, Heat Check, man. I appreciate you. I mean, it's an honor, you guys, to be able to, help try and get anybody through the off season, man, because it helps me too, man. You know what I mean? Keeps my mind on football, keeps me sharp. You know what I mean? The off season this year has seemed very, very long, right? But we're here now. We are officially back. Salute to Heat Check. Thank you so much for the $5 holla and the kind words, my brother. Salute to Cisco, also in the building. Let's get these supers, and we're going to get to the show, you guys. Salute to Cisco. The disrespect is real out there for our Raiders. Year in and year out, Cisco. It's never going to change. It's never going to change until we go out there and prove to the NFL that we've changed our ways. And what I mean by that is we've lost for so long, decades, of football purgatory. You know what I mean? Whether you're in the basement, hovering there in the middle, of the pack, we need to change the narrative. The disrespect is always going to be there until we go out there and change the narrative. And it starts this season with Antonio Pearson, our Raiders. We have to change the narrative if we want to get over that hump and eliminate all the disrespect and toxicity that is always directed towards our Raiders. It's on us. It's on our team to go out there, man, and change the narrative. And it all starts week one, going into LA and killing that narrative that we can't win out there. Simple and plain. Salute to my guy, Cisco, man. Rebo, Gainer's been getting a lot of attention, and rightfully so, but don't forget about Eichenberg. Dude is a beast. I don't think anybody's forgot about Eichenberg. It's kind of easy, right? Redbone, out of sight, out of mind type situation. Eichenberg's been out with an injury. It was initially reported, I believe, that it was a personal matter, and then it came out that it was a lower leg injury, I believe. But out of sight, out of mind. I mean, that's kind of what it is, man. But I have not forgotten about Tommy Eichenberg. Anybody who's watched this show, especially this offseason, every mock draft, I pretty much was taking Tommy Eichenberg in those middle rounds. So that is one of my guys. I am excited to call him a Raider. And, once he gets healthy, he's going to be out there. The good thing is, Redbone, the difference between this year and prior years, we have depth in that linebacker room. So we do not have to rush Tommy Eichenberg back onto the field. In previous years, we would have had to because the depth has just been so ugly at the linebacker position. But things change when you get a former linebacker at the NFL level as your head coach, right? You start to add a ton of depth there, and now we have Amari Gainer, a UDFA, Luke Masterson, a UDFA safety converted to linebacker. He's been pretty good for us as well. We have a ton of depth there at the linebacker position. Let's not rush the kid out there, get him healthy, and he'll be good to go whenever he's good to go. Let me see. Salute to my people. Yes, Dan, I agree with you. I think Eichenberg and Gainer can be the future of that linebacking core. But right now, it is definitely Spill and Divine Diablo season. Those will be the starters. But I agree with you, man. It'd be great to have a later round pick and Eichenberg be that future Mike. That future green dot guy with Gainer out there as well. That would be phenomenal, man. That'd be a great story, just a NFL love story, right? AP, undrafted, goes to the NFL, has a phenomenal career, wins a Super Bowl, goes out year one as the head coach, him and Tom Telesco, go get Amari Gainer out of North Carolina as a UDFA and then turn him into a starter. That'd be crazy, man. That'd be a phenomenal story to tell from years later. That'd be great, man. Salute to my guy, Dan. Let me see. I agree, Raiderfield. We need a big year from White in the supporting cast. I agree. And it starts with the ground game. Luke Getsy, year one, he's going to feed his guy, Devontae Adams. You guys know that time that they shared in Green Bay. The familiarity is there, but it all starts with the ground and pound. Pause if necessary. It all starts with the run game. And Zamir's going to have a big year for us, Raiderfield. Barring any injuries, God forbid, it definitely starts in that run game, and it starts with the O-line. They have to be that security blanket for Gardner Minshew, that guy that's been the career number 2 guy, that spot starter. It starts with making sure that you have the ground game going, that O-line, protecting, run blocking. It all starts up front, and it starts with the backfield. Salute to Raiderfield, my guy, man. Let me see. Definitely a prove-it year, Keith. And what better year than contract year. Definitely, man. And AP spoke highly of Divine Diablo this offseason. So it's going to be interesting to see what he does this year. I want to see some more coverage ability on full display this year. Converted safety, out of Virginia Tech. I want to see him go out there and get a few picks, get his hands on the football. This year, and play the run even better than what he has these previous years. So yes, it is definitely a prove it year for Divine Diablo, and a contractional year as well. So he better go out there and get to it, or he's going to lose a ton of money this upcoming offseason. Salute to my guy Jacob in the building as well. My dog on a $5 special. We are going to get to this show. You guys will be comparing each room, Raiders versus Chargers. We're going to start with the running back group. We'll go to the quarterback group, so on and so forth. We are going to compare each room, evaluate each room going into week 1 this Sunday. So stay tuned. Salute to everybody here in the building. You guys, wipe them feet, hit them thumbs up. If you're not subscribed yet, man, make sure you hit that subscribe button. What up, Graphk? What are your expectations for Merrick this season? I think he's going to have a sneaky good year, at least enough to get an extension. Definitely. If he can stay healthy, this is a year that I think he can have a Pro Bowl year. I'm not going to put an all-pro expectation label on him, but this is a year where I believe that he can be a guy that can go out there and be a Pro Bowler this year. First time in his career in a contract year as well. He has gotten better and better and better in Patrick Graham's system. Marcus Epps has definitely helped him, the veteran coming over from Philadelphia. This defensive line is going to make Merrick's life so much more easier this year, with the pass rush. And, I have big expectations for Trayvon Merrick this year. I think that he could be a Pro Bowl type talent this year. If I had to place a bet on 5 Pro Bowlers this year, it'd be Max, it'd be Devontae, right? Surprisingly, it's Zamir White, Jack Jones, and I would probably put Merrick in there. I know Colton Miller should probably be in there, coming off that shoulder injury, and he's been snubbed year in and year out. But I would probably throw Merrick in there as well. I mean, you could put Spill in there, right? You could put potentially Christian Wilkins. I mean, that's kind of an easy call, right? But I would throw Merrick in the fold. If I had to pick 5, it'd be Max, Devontae. I'm going to go with Zamir because he's our lead back this year. Jack Jones, I think, is going to have a phenomenal year. He's going to be that Pro Bowl, all-pro type talent at the cornerback position. And then, it had to be that Colton, Christian Wilkins, Merrick, Spill. Why not throw Merrick in the fold? This could be a big year for him, especially in a contract year. So, yes, my expectations for Merrick are very high, especially with that stout defensive line in front of him. The second level of our defense has been getting better and better as years progress. I'm excited for Merrick this year. I am. I have him having a big year, coming up with a ton of picks. Him and Epps have that, 1-2 punch there at the safety room. And then with Palomau, getting better, the UDFA out of USC, adding that third element, that third safety slash box safety slash nickel, wherever you want to put him. Merrick's going to have a big year this year. Salute to Jacob. Sholo, man, my guy. Compare each room with the OC and DC's tendencies. I like that. I like that, Sholo, man. See, now you're going to give me an idea to actually put a show together. You know what? I'm going to screenshot this later, and I'm going to do this with me and Wasted Wednesday on the Graphk and Wasted show. I like that. Compare each room with the OC, DC tendencies. I like that. But it's kind of hard to evaluate, Sholo, man, because Greg Roman in year 1 with the Chargers, right? Yeah, he brought some familiar faces, the Gus Edwards of the world, the J.K. Dobbins of the world. Luke Getsy, year 1 in this system. I kind of want to evaluate them first and see what their offenses look like within, these new organizations, because you can't really compare Luke Getsy's system this year with Gardner at the helm compared to Justin Fields. And, Justin Herbert is not Lamar Jackson. So I love the idea there, but I kind of got to watch and see what these offenses look like first before we can kind of go there. You know what I'm saying? Graham, I mean, it's clear cut. We already know what he got going on. And then Jim Harbaugh is going to be running the defensive side of the football out there with the Chargers, regardless of who's calling the D, pause if necessary out there. But I like that. I like that. Salute to Sholo, man. I'll definitely screenshot that and put that in the archive and use that for a show. Salute to my guy. Let me see. Salute to Josh. I got Kuntz as a dark horse to make the Pro Bowl. I like that. I like that. It's gonna be difficult to have 2 pass rushers, potentially 3, Josh, right? With Christian Wilkins in the fold at DT. It's gonna be difficult to have 3 defensive linemen be Pro Bowlers. You know, I mean, we're already the Raiders. It's already difficult enough, you know, for any of these guys to make that team. But that I like that. Definitely a dark horse, but I think even if Kuntz has double-digit sacks this year, it's going to be very difficult for him to make the Pro Bowl with Christian Wilkins and Max Crosby there on the defensive line because, you know, we already know how the NFL works. A lot of people will give Max and Christian Wilkins a lot of the credit for Malcolm Kuntz having that type of year. So, you know, but Josh, I love it. You guys know how much of a Malcolm Kuntz fan I am. I've been a major fan of him since Buffalo. I was calling for us to draft him that year. I didn't think we would do it in the 3rd round, which ended up being a blessing. I had him as a 6th round guy out of Buffalo, but I love that, man. I love that. Jose, my guy. Love it, man. I love this. We're going to talk about this today, so thank you for hurrying up the process. Salute to my guy, Jose. Who do you think what the captains will be? So I got Colton Miller, got Gardner Minshew, got Devontae Adams. You know what, Jose, how many do you think we're going to have? How many captains do you think we're going to have? Because it's going to be difficult because there's so many leaders, right? Spill's going to be one. Devontae's going to be one. Max is going to be one. So there's 3 right there. There's 3 right there. Those are easy calls. I don't know if Jack Jones is going to get that yet. I don't think he will in year 2. Sean says 7. Okay, so let's just go off of what Sean got. Let's just go with 7 this year. 7. Colton. I think Marcus Epps. I do believe Marcus Epps will get it because he's such a leader. Colton, Marcus Epps, Devontae, Minshew, Max, Spill. We got one more. It could be Jack Jones. It could be Zamir White. I'll give you guys a surprise one. Jose says Cole, maybe potentially. I'll put a surprise one out there. Keep an eye on Andre James. I know this is super random, you guys, but keep an eye on Andre James. Keep an eye on Andre James. They love him in the building. They brought him back for a reason. He fits this new scheme on the offensive line. You know, they've been hyping him up all offseason. I can definitely see Andre James be a sneaky player to be one of those captains this upcoming season. Him and Colton on the O-line, Minshew, Devontae. You know what, though, man? Jacoby can be another guy. It's going to be interesting. There's so many names. This is great, man. This is a great problem to have, you guys, because, you know, in years prior, it's like we already know who the guys are going to be, right? There's so much talent on this roster. It can go anyway, but the leaders, Marcus Epps, Spill, Devontae, Max, Minshew, Colton. Yeah, man, that 7th one could be interesting. Andre James, it could be Jack Jones, it could be Zamir White. We shall see. Jose says a dark horse could be DJ Turner. Okay, I like that. Definitely a special team standout this year, and he's going to get a lot of reps at the wide receiver position as well. Okay. Rube is back. Halani could definitely be a captain. Good to see you in here, Rube. Alzado, no news is good news, brother. No news is good news. So I'm assuming that we can wash our hands of that situation. You know what I mean? We're the Raiders. You know, that would have been released pretty quick, pretty fast, and in a hurry. So I'm assuming that everything went good and we're good to go. Richard, no, I'm excited about this game. I'm excited about going out there. Like, there's so many components to this weekend, you guys, that I don't think people realize, right? Yes, it's the Chargers, right? Yes, they have Justin Herbert back after that murder show that we put out there, the 63 points on him, right? Harbaugh, week 1, back-to-back weeks, the Harbaugh brothers. There's so many components. But one thing that people are not talking about right now is AP's probably pissed, you guys. Pissed at me, pissed at some of you guys, pissed at some other fans in the nation, pissed at a lot of the national news media. Jim Harbaugh was the one name that was mentioned so much in the offseason to potentially steal that job from AP going into this season. So don't think for once that AP does not have a chip on his shoulder this weekend because of all the Harbaugh hype, including myself. You guys know I had a 1A, 1B with Harbaugh and AP. It could have went either way with me, right? But I think that AP is going to have this team ready to go. I think that he is going to have them playing like their hair is on fire. Because once again, Harbaugh was the one name that kept being mentioned about taking AP's job. So I'm not afraid at all. I'm not worried at all. We're coming off of a big win against them last season. I don't care if Easton Stick was the quarterback. We went out there and absolutely murdered them. I think Aiden O'Connell had 4 tutties. Jack Jones picked 6. I think we had a thick 6. There was so much going on in that game, right? But the big Trey Tucker touchdown. I'm not worried about this game. I'm not worried about this game at all. Bosa, Khalil Mack, a year older. Their run game to me is not where it needs to be. They have Gus Edwards. They have J.K. Dobbins, who's dealt with injury after injury after injury. Their wide receiving core to me is sneaky but unproven. You got Quentin Johnston probably there at the number 1. Josh Palmer, that 1B. McConkey in the slot. You have Chark, who's dealt with injury after injury after injury. They just got rid of the tight end Parham. So I'm not worried about this team. I'm not. Now, can we look at them as slouches? No, not at all. This is a Harbaugh-led team. He's a great coach. I mean, I took a screenshot of this early, you guys. I went and did my homework a little bit. You compare both coaches. And Harbaugh's had a shit ton of more, experience than Antonio Pierce, as a coach. But Jim Harbaugh's NFL career, 49, 22, and 1. You know what I mean? 144 and 52 record as a collegiate head coach. He's had a ton of success coming off of a big national championship win with Michigan. In 4 years, he was 3 straight NFC championships, and he went to the Super Bowl where he ended up losing to his brother. And then you got AP, who's 5-4, only head coached 9 football games up to this point. So the experience, is definitely in Jim Harbaugh's favor. You know what I mean? But I'm excited to see what AP can do this upcoming season with this rejuvenated, Raider team with Graham out there another year in his system. This defense is going to look phenomenal. Let me see. Salute. Wipe them feet, y'all. Hit them thumbs up. Hey, that's a good way to look at it, Juju, right? You look at it from both aspects. I mean, hey, yeah, the Chargers had a backup quarterback in, but we did too now, pretty much. He was a 3rd string quarterback last year. Juju, he was the 3rd guy on the depth chart. That's what makes it even worse, right? A rookie out of Purdue, a 4th-round guy who was supposed to be behind Jimmy G, behind Brian Hoyer, comes in and lights him up for 63 points. So it's like, come on, man. Yeah, you didn't have Herbert. Oh, okay. And we didn't have our number 1 guy. Let me see. Let's get rolling, y'all. I want to do this. Let's start with the running back group. J.K. Dobbins, Gus Edwards. They just cut Isaiah Spiller, I believe, the former 3rd-round pick, I believe. They just cut him off the practice squad. So they have J.K. Dobbins, they have Gus Edwards, and I believe they kept Kamani Vidal. I like him a lot. I liked him a lot at the collegiate level. That was a sneaky name that I had in that draft in the later rounds. But J.K. Dobbins and Gus Edwards compared to Zamir White, Alexander Madison, Amir Abdullah, and Dylan Laube. I'm going to give the Raiders the edge in this room right here, you guys. And mind you, I'm going to be fair. This is not going to be biasness. We're going to call it how we see fit. I think that we have a more stronger running back group. I think there's so many different skill sets with the Lauby and Amir Abdullah third down back guys, Alexander Madison proven running back 2, and then you have Zamir coming off that great 4 or 5 game stretch last year. The Raiders have the better running back group. Clear cut, the end. I have them simple and plain over the Chargers compared to a J.K. Dobbins who has been injured. The injuries have been piling up. And, it's great to see him back in the league. Definitely, man. You love to see these young kids overcome these injuries, but he's had some devastating injuries. Devastating. And Gus Edwards, to me, has always been like a spot starter, kind of like an Alexander Madison to me. You know what I mean? So I have us taking that running back group. Quarterback is just easy peasy. You give that to the Chargers. The most important position in the NFL, you got to give it to Herbert and company. They are definitely way better than Gardner Minshew, Aiden O'Connell, and Carter Bradley on the practice squad. We'll get over here to the wide receiver group. We talked about a little bit. Quentin Johnston, who struggled in preseason, struggled in training camp securing the football. Former first-round pick out of TCU. They have Brendan Rice, 7th-round guy who was almost cut. They have Josh Palmer, sneaky talent out of Tennessee, played really well for the Chargers up to this point. Lab McConkey, a guy that I like a lot out of Georgia. I think he's going to be one of the better slot receivers in the NFL. And then, we can get to the tail end of their, wide receiving core, the DJ Charks of the world, the Cornelius Johnson, who played under Jim Harbaugh. I think he was just cut, though. I think Cornelius Johnson didn't make the team. Don't quote me on that because I have not been keeping an eye on the Chargers like that. But I believe I've seen some things where he was cut. But either way, we'll just go off the so-called big-name guys, the Quentin Johnston, the Brendan Rice, the Josh Palmer, the Lab McConkey, the DJ Chark. They are not better than Devontae Adams. They're not better than Jacoby Myers. They're not better than Trey Tucker. They're not better than the Brock Bowers and those guys of the world. And yes, I'm putting Brock in that tight end group and the wide receiver group because he's going to play a lot in the slot. He'll be in the X. He'll play all over the place. So simple and plain, you guys, the Raiders have the better wide receiver group as well. So Chargers quarterbacks, we have the running back and wide receiver group. Tight ends, the Chargers depth is not really that nice within the tight end group. They have Hayden Hurst, they have Will Dissly, I believe, and we have Michael Mayer, and we have Brock Bowers. And then you have Harrison Bryant as well, the veteran who came over from the Cleveland Browns in the offseason. I'm giving us the nudge in the tight end group as well. 3-1 Raiders on the offensive side of the ball. We'll get here to the offensive line. The Chargers have a sneaky O-line, you guys. Rashawn Slater is one of them ones at left tackle. Zion Johnson is a guy I liked a lot coming out of Boston College. They have at guard. They have Bradley Bozeman, I believe, at center. Trey Pipkins at right guard with Jamari Salyer, I believe the former Georgia product, right behind him. And they have Joe Alt, a guy I love out of Notre Dame. We have Munford. We already know our team, right? We have Parham. We have Andre James. We have Colton Miller at left tackle, and I believe we're going to have Cody Whitehair at left guard. I am going to give the Chargers the up on the offensive line. I'm going to give them their flowers. So on the offensive side of the ball, you guys, it's 3-2 Raiders with me. I'm giving us the wide receiver group. I'm giving us the running back group, and I'm giving us the tight end group. I'm giving them the nudge at the quarterback position and the offensive line. Salute. Let me get these supers in real quick. Salute to my brother, man. Waston's in the building as well. Weeks 1 through 5 is crucial. We can lose to Baltimore. In fact, we probably will, but if we win week 1 against the Chargers, beat the Panthers and Browns and Allegiant in Denver, we in a good place. Salute to my guy, Joe, on a $10 special. I think we're going to play the Baltimore Ravens very tight. It's going to be a very defensive-minded game. I think this is going to be a surprise week 2 with us going into Baltimore. We struggled in those East Coast games, those early East Coast games. But I'm expecting that game, Joe, to be a pretty tight game. It's early in the season. I know that they're a well-oiled machine out there in Baltimore. A lot of, returning players. Harbaugh always has those guys ready to go. But I have a feeling that's going to be a close game. But salute to you on a $10 special. Salute to my guy, JT, as well. The Raiders have more stability. Don't forget what it was like when McDaniels took over in a new OC. We have receivers running into each other. Chargers will have growing pains, a lot of new moving parts. Facts. Couldn't have said it better myself. Salute to JT on a $10 special. My dog, man. Always salute to you on a $10 special. Right them feet, y'all. Hit them thumbs up. B-Rob, we're going to get to the defensive side of the ball here in a second, you guys. Do you think Laube gets many reps early in the season? I do. I think he's going to get some reps out there. You'll see him a lot in special teams. I think Amir Abdullah will start as the third down back, but you're going to see him out there, man. He's too much of a versatile weapon. You know what I mean? You can get him going in the run game. You can get him going in the passing game. I don't think you can be able to find a way to keep Dylan Laube off the field. You know what I mean? But I'm assuming Amir will be that third down back starting the season because our guy Dylan did struggle in preseason. But I want to see what it looks like with these starters out there. But I do believe he'll get some reps early in the season. But the majority of them will be in special teams. Just like Amari Gainer, I believe you're going to see him a lot out there in special teams where they're going to earn their bread and butter. But you will see some packages out there with Dylan Laube at running back early on in the season, definitely. Let me see. To be determined, Lawrence. But I think this is a great week to start, to start stout against the run. You got Gus Edwards, you have J.K. Dobbins. That is not a scary running back group by any means. You need to stop the run. Make Herbert go out there and throw to all those unproven weapons. Quentin Johnston who's been bad up to this point. Lab McConkey is a rookie. DJ Chark, Pro Bowl year early, I believe 2019, and then injury after injury after injury. There's a lot of unproven weapons out there. This is the worst wide receiving core that Herbert has had pretty much up to this point in his young career. He's used to the Mike Williams and Keenan Allens of the world. So stop the run this week against the Gus Edwards and J.K. Dobbins of the world and force Herbert to throw the football. But this would be a great week to start great against the run game because guess what happens in week 2? Guess what happens in week 2, Lawrence? You're facing one of the better running backs of this generation, Derrick Henry in Baltimore with one of the better O-lines in the NFL. So, you want to start off fast week 1, stopping the run, get those guys to force some throws out there with Herbert and company because week 2, you got Derrick Henry. I don't care how old he is. That man is a force to be reckoned with. So you want to start off quick, but I don't know yet. To be determined. We have to see. We don't know. I know it didn't look how we wanted to look in preseason, but it's preseason. You know what I'm saying? So salute to my guy Rube as well on a $5 special. We will see what we have at DT right away. Sparklers will try and run the ball down our throat. Wilkins and Jenkins need to set the tone week 1. I love it. Love it. The super went perfect with what we were just talking about. Definitely agree with you, man. Definitely. And like I said before, this is a good week to get rolling in terms of stopping the run. You're playing Gus Edwards and J.K. Dobbins. You know what I mean? If you go out there, set the tone early, get that defensive line motivated, get them hyped going into week 2 on the road, facing one of the better running backs of this generation. Salute to my guy, Rube. Let's get to the defensive side of the football, man. Salute to my brother, Cash, the freshman in the building, my brother in real life. Salute to you, Goon. Love you, brother. Salute to my brother, Ron, in the building. Let's get to the defensive side of the ball, you guys. This is where it gets interesting here because some people will take the Chargers' defensive line over ours. I'm not one of them. But let's start with the edge rusher position. Khalil Mack. They brought in Bud Dupree, another guy who's dealt with some injuries, but has put a ton of production up at the NFL level. You got him as that second guy behind Khalil Mack. You have Poona Ford on the defensive line. You have who's going to be their second guy on that D-line? Is it a Tio Ognia? I don't know how to say that name, but I'm assuming he's going to be that second defensive lineman, that second defensive tackle on that D-line. Then you have Joey Bosa, who's dealt with injury after injury after injury. So it's going to be interesting to see if him and Khalil Mack can get it right week 1. With Tully, man, with TT, our young, I wanted him, to be a Raider out of USC. He's starting to put it all together. He is definitely going to be one of those edge rushers that takes over for whether it's Khalil Mack or Joey Bosa once they move on. He will be one of those guys. But they have a sneaky defensive line out there with the Chargers, you guys. They have 3, potentially 4 really good pass rushers with Bud Dupree, Tully, and then you got Bosa and Mack. That D-line is sneaky. I'm not really sold on these defensive tackles and Morgan Fox and Poona Ford, but it's going to be interesting to see what they look like there on that D-line. You look at ours. We already know what time it is, right? We got Adam Butler, who's returning, who had a big year for us last year. John Jenkins, the starting nose. Malcolm Kuntz, who had a big year for us in terms of production last year. He's only going to get better. You have Max Crosby, one of the top edge rushers, top defensive players, top players in general out there as one of the edge rushers. And then you brought in Christian Wilkins, an all-pro type talent, Pro Bowl type player that came over from the Dolphins who got over $100 million. I mean, this is, to me, it's kind of like, right? But we're a lot younger on the D-line. Christian Wilkins, 28, 29 years old. You have Max Crosby in the prime of his career, Malcolm Kuntz, who's still on his rookie deal. You have Tyree Wilson. We still don't know what we have in him, a former top 10 pick. I am going to lean towards our Raiders. I'm taking our defensive line because, once again, Bud Dupree has dealt with durability issues. Joey Bosa has dealt with durability issues. Khalil Mack had a monster year last year, but he has dealt with durability issues. You know what I mean? And they're starting to get older. Bosa, Khalil Mack, I'm taking our defensive line. Simple and plain. Put them all together, defensive tackle, edge rusher, defensive line as a whole. I am giving the Raiders the edge. I think this could be a top 5 defensive line in the NFL this season. Salute to my guy Sholo, man. Bosa broke his hand and is playing with a club. When is he not broken in half? You know what I mean, Sholo, man? But he'll be out there. He'll be out there. And Bosa is Bosa. And it's going to be tough to stop him. But I believe in Colton. I believe in Mumford. I think they're going to be okay out there. But we cannot allow Khalil Mack to go out there and have a 5-6 sack type game this upcoming weekend. We cannot allow that to happen. Salute to my guy, Raider John, in the building as well on a $2 special. Salute to you guys. As always, I appreciate you so much. Salute to Irvin on a $5 special. Are we concerned because we did not see much from our running backs in preseason? No, not at all. Not at all. Not at all. I'm not worried about him at all. I think that there's a reason you didn't see too much. I mean, don't get me wrong, Irvin. There was a game, I believe, was it the second game, the Dallas game, where Zamir was out there in the fourth quarter. Zamir was out there in the fourth quarter. Alex Madison got some reps as well, but the reason why we didn't see them a lot, Irvin, was, once again, it was a quarterback battle. They wanted to throw the football a ton because they wanted to see who would get the edge. Was it Minshew or Aiden O'Connell? I'm not worried about it at all. I think that this is going to be a big game for our ground game. I think Zamir White's going to have over 100 yards rushing this upcoming weekend. I do. I don't care how good their D-line is out there in LA. I have Zamir White with 100+ yards rushing this upcoming weekend. Salute to you, Irvin, on a $5 special. And yes, JT, we're going to get there right now. I like the Chargers linebacking core. I do. They brought in Junior Colson, former Michigan guy, former Jim Harbaugh guy. They have Troy Dye out there. These are backup guys, second and third unit guys. Then they have their starters, Denzel Perriman and Henley. Henley's another guy that we talked about a lot during that draft process last offseason. He was a guy that a lot of us wanted to be a Raider, LA guy. I like their linebacking core. Denzel Perriman, Henley, Troy Dye, Junior Colson, Nick Neiman. They have a nice linebacking core. But once again, is that better than Spill? Is that better than Divine Diablo? Is it better than, now look at Amari Gaynor out there. Look at Luke Masterson. Where are we with Tommy Eichenberg? Who's to say, right? In terms of as a whole linebacking core, I'm going to go with ours. Perriman has dealt with some injuries. He did not have a Pro Bowl year, you guys, until when? Until he was a Raider. And I love Perriman. Love him. But he's dealt with durability issues. He was never a Pro Bowler until he got with the likes of Patrick Graham. So I'm going to give the Raiders the linebacking, the edge in terms of the linebacking core. I am. It is what it is. Some people may disagree with me. I don't care. I'm giving the Raiders the edge at the linebacking group because, Spill had a big year for us last year. Divine Diablo in his contract year. He's going to want to go out there and ball out. And then Tommy Eichenberg is literally like the spitting image of Robert Spillane. You know what I'm saying? And then you have Amari Gaynor, a guy that can drop into coverage. He can play the run. He can get to the quarterback. You have Luke Masterson, a guy that, forced some fumbles last year. I'm excited about this group. Salute to Colleen Dale. Look up Dobbins' yards per catch. When healthy, might be tough. When healthy, though. Dale. When healthy. When healthy. That is the major question mark. When healthy. And he's dealt with some devastating injuries. I love J.K. Dobbins. I watched him at the collegiate level. He was a dog in Ohio State. He was a dog with Baltimore when he first came into the league. But he's dealt with some extreme injuries. And until proven otherwise, I'm not too much worried about J.K. Dobbins. Salute to Dave Lee, my guy. Appreciate you, brother, on the $2 special as well. My dog. Appreciate you. Salute to Mondo with that coffee and convo, my guy. Green Dot Gang is in the building. Hey, Docs, I feel like another 63 that's a lot to ask for, especially in week one when you're still trying to figure it all together with Getsy's new system and Gardner Minshew at the quarterback position. You're still trying to put it all together. That O-line there's still some question marks there at left guard. Can Parham perform at the right guard position this year? There's still some question marks. I'm not going to put 63 into the universe. I would love to put up 30 plus. You know what I mean? I would love to put up a 30 plus piece on the Chargers. I think that would be enough to win this football game. All right, let's get to still on the defensive side of the ball, you guys. Let's get to the Chargers DB group. They have my guy, Cam Hart. He's pretty much at the tail end, I believe, of that depth chart at the cornerback position. They have Matt Hankins. They have Jasir Taylor. They have Asante Samuel Jr. I like him a lot. They have Christian Fulton. Did Leonard make this roster? I think Leonard did make the roster. That's the corner group that they have. I'm not too much sold on this cornerback group. Yeah, Christian Fulton. Yeah, Asante Samuel Jr. I like him a lot. Compared to Jack Jones, Jacorian Bennett, Nate Hobbs. I mean, if you're just going off the guys there, I want your guys' opinion on this. Jack Jones, Nate Hobbs, Jacorian Bennett versus Asante Samuel, Christian Fulton, and who was their starting nickel? It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. This may be a wash. This may be a wash. This may be a wash. And I know Asante Samuel plays a lot in the slot as well, right? This may be a wash. But you know what? I love Cam Hart. He's a rookie. I don't know how much we're going to see him this year. But this could be a dead even type situation. AD, this is facts. But you know what? Raiders, baby. Why not? Why not? Nate Hobbs is healthy. He could be an all-pro type talent in the slot. Jack Jones is in for a big year this year, coming off a major year last year for us. And Jacorian Bennett, I believe in him on the outside, opposite of Jack Jones. This could be a wash, but I'm leaning Raiders, baby. I'm leaning Raiders, baby. And then this safety group, you guys, I believe they just cut Tony Jefferson, the veteran. I believe they just cut him. So they have Derwin James, who's healthy, right? He's dealt with durability issues a lot. And Alohi Gilman. I believe those are the two starters for them is Derwin James and Gilman at the strong and free. And then we got Marcus Epps and we have Merrick. Look, you guys, I love Merrick. I love Marcus Epps. Derwin James is healthy right now. He is the better safety out of all these guys. So I'm going to lean towards the Chargers here. If he's healthy, Derwin James is just light years ahead of what we have. All pro type talent, star at the NFL level, star at Florida State. I think we have the better unit as a whole in terms of depth. If you want to add Palomau, Trey is starting on the IR. You know what I mean? But I'll give them the nudge at the safety position because of Derwin James. Got to play it fair, you guys. Got to play it fair. Got to play it fair. But what safety group as a whole do I like better? Ours. I would take Merrick, Palomau, and Marcus Epps over what they have. But they have Derwin James, a superstar there. So, yeah. Let me see. I believe they just paid their kicker a shit ton of money, man. Cameron Dicker. Pause. Camera to pause. I'm giving the edge to us in the special teams unit. Carlson, AJ Cole. I mean, to me, this is clear as day. I'm taking them over Cameron and J.K. Scott. So I'll give us the edge in terms of special teams. So as a whole, you look at this, right? You compare both rosters. It's clear to me that we have the better roster, at least in year one, with Jim Harbaugh and company in the fold. Now, if you want to go to coaching staff, I have to be real here, you guys. I have to be real. I don't want to do coordinators by, blah, blah, blah. I'll just go ahead coaches. You got to give Jim Harbaugh the notch. You have to. AP has only coached 9 games. 9 games as a head coach. He's turned this culture around. He's turned this team around, rightfully so. Give him his stripes. Give him his credit. But 5-4 compared to what Jim Harbaugh has done at the collegiate level at Michigan, Stanford, and then at the NFL level with the 49ers, you have to give the edge at the head coaching position to Jim Harbaugh and company. Sorry, it is what it is. You got to do that. But I like our coaching staff around AP a lot more than the Greg Roman and company that Jim Harbaugh has out there. You add Rybo, you add Graham, you add Cadillac Williams to that running back group. The Luke Getzey's, the James Craigs of the world. You add Joe Philbin, former head coach, Marvin Lewis. You add all those factors, and it's like our coaching staff as a whole is completely way better than the Chargers. But as just head coaches, you have to give the nudge to Jim Harbaugh because of what he's done. He's been in a Super Bowl. He's been in 3 straight NFC championships. He's won a national title in Michigan. All that compared to even what AP did at the collegiate level in Arizona State, you have to give him his flowers. Salute to Sir Dre, gifting 1 OLV Raiders Network membership. Salute to my dog. I appreciate you, brother. Real talk, man. Salute to my guy. Salute to Raider Deb, 75. Raiders, happy Labor Day. Raider Nation homies, Graphk, 6 more days. I appreciate you, fam. Thank you on the $5. I am excited. We are almost there. We're almost there. And I think I missed one more super, you guys. Let me get these supers in. All right, boom. Jack Jones and Nate Hobbs can start over all their corners. Fulton and Samuels can't start over all our corners. And our 4th DB is big play. Oh, I forgot. We brought in Darnay Holmes. Rube, we brought Darnay in. We're not washing it anymore. You're right. We got Rug and Tug. We brought in Rug and Tug. Raiders clear. Talk that talk, Rube. Talk that talk. Salute to my guy on a $5 special. To be determined, Redbone. To be determined. To be determined. The NFL level, he was a quarter away from winning the Super Bowl. He won a national title at the collegiate level when he was knocking on the door there for a few years in terms of getting a national title. And then he was knocking on the door with 3 straight NFC championships. You can't say he's overrated. Now, maybe this time around he could be. We shall see. Watt says Darnay Holmes is the 5th corner. Hopefully we don't need him much. And Darnay is what? Watts, isn't he like 5'10"? I mean, realistically, he's a guy that can kick outside for you, but he'll pretty much be Nate Hobbs back up in the slot, right? Darnay is, I think, 5'10". Let me see. I could be totally wrong, but I swear he's 5'10". Definitely on the shorter side of things. Yeah, 5'10". Yep. And you play every corner position. Yo, I'm live, bro. All right, peace. Salute to Hammer, man. Hammer did not know we were live. Yeah, 5'10", 195. Former AP guy in high school, Patrick Graham guy with their time in New York with the Giants. Let me see. I want to ask you guys' opinion on this as well. We talked a little bit about the comparisons in terms of rosters, right? I'm going to ask you guys' take on the whole Josh Jacobs situation. I know we're not going to talk about it too much, but I want to ask you guys' opinion on that situation. Did you see the interview that he put up? I forgot who it was with, you know what I mean? But he stated that the Giants wanted him. The Giants came out and said that wasn't true, which I do believe Josh Jacobs. I'm pretty positive. I've heard some things behind the scenes that the Giants were one of the interested teams. And if you actually look at HBO Hard Knocks, Josh Jacobs' name was mentioned within free agency with the running back position. So I don't know why the Giants would cap about that. I don't know why they would lie. But what did you guys think about him saying, you know, the Chiefs were interested and he would not go there because he grew to hate them, their rival, and he didn't want to go join the monster. He wanted to beat the monster. So he went to Green Bay, and Green Bay is home. I want your guys' opinion on this because, you know, and there's no reason for him to lie about the New York Giants wanting his services. I'm going to be real with you once again. If you guys watch Hard Knocks, they mentioned him in terms of free agency. So simple and plain, Josh is keeping it a buck here. But I love that Josh Jacobs still had that mindset of, I want to be a Raider. Okay, it's not going to happen. The Chiefs want me. Well, that's not going to happen because I'm a Raider. I'll go to Green Bay and keep that pipeline open, the Charles Woodsons, the Devontae Adams of the world, the Jordy Nelsons of the world. You know, that Raider in Green Bay pipeline is real. So I'm actually salute to Josh Jacobs. I know a lot of people were down on him this offseason, you know, him, you know, screaming at the mountaintops about the fan base, you know, giving up on him and hating him and so on and so forth. I have to say, man, I love to see Josh Jacobs say, I will not join the Chiefs. I hate him. Why join them when you can beat them? I love it. I love it. Longy, because they want to protect what they did, you know, at the running back position. They don't want the guys that they brought in. Who did they bring in? I believe they brought in Devin Singletary, right? I think they brought in, and then they drafted Tyrone Tracy Jr., which got injured in training camp, I believe. But, you know, some teams just say that because they don't want their running back to think that they were the second, third, fourth option. So they'll throw it into the universe, throw it into the atmosphere that, you know, they didn't want this specific player because realistically there's no real proof. I mean, do you think that Josh Jacobs and his agent are going to provide, you know, noteworthy proof that the Giants wanted him? Probably not, right? You don't want to be messy. It is what it is. He went to Green Bay, which is the better situation than New York anyways. But it happens. You see, I don't think that it would have been that. If the Chiefs would have brought in Jacobs, I mean, simple and plain, they're not going to make him a workhorse. He would split carries, you know, with Pacheco, but I'm just looking at that as a situation where they would just use Pacheco more in the passing game and utilize Josh as that more of that, you know, north-south runner. More of the running back one with Pacheco kind of using him as the more of the passing receiving option. But that would have been weird to see Josh Jacobs out there. That would have been insane. Let me see. He said, if I lost Saquon, I want Jacobs on my team. They didn't only just lose Saquon. They lost him to a division rival, the Philadelphia Eagles. That offense on paper looks insane. Insane. Then you add in Johan Dotson that just came over from the Commanders and that whole other wide receiving core and what they have. I mean, Philly is stacked. Let me see. Mo, look, you know, I love Josh Jacobs, but I told you before, I was ready to move on. All right, let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of that. Salute to everybody here in the building. As always, I'm trying to bring something else up. I had something else I wanted to talk to you guys about. All right. Yeah, Devin, this is facts. They definitely are. Salute to the 1,000 people in the building, man. As always, we are not going anywhere, you guys. Stay tuned. Gonna pay some bills. We'll be right back.
Michael Vick at BetUS.com. Catch an incredible 125% sign-up bonus on your first 3 deposits, plus 10% gambler's insurance. BetUS, my online sportsbook and casino.
Once again, salute to our proud sponsors over at BetUS. Make sure to hit my unique link that will be in the description and also pinned in the comment section. Head over to BetUS, man. Make sure you go over there and get that 125% bonus on your first 3 deposits for up to $2K, the fastest payouts in the industry. Make sure to check out BetUS. Tell them I sent you. Once again, this live stream is powered by our proud sponsors over at BetUS. Salute, salute, salute. And also, man, salute to my guy Spivey, the Kevin Nash of Mount Shillmore, gifting 5 OLV Raiders Network memberships. Salute to my dog. I appreciate you, brother. As always, Green Dot Gang is growing by the day. Salute, salute to all the new members. If you want to become a member and you missed out on these 5, hit the link. It's pinned up top. It's one of the best ways to support what we do over here. Appreciate you, Spivey, as always. Docs, you going to the Raiders? No, I will not be out this Saturday. I don't think I'm going to be in Vegas too much this year. I'm saving up for some things. So I don't want to, travel too much this year, but I'm thinking about going to New Jersey, bar anticipation on Jersey Shore, and doing the Raiders Panthers game there with my brothers. So keep an eye on that. We may be in the New Jersey area at bar anticipation on the Jersey Shore, covering the Raiders Panthers game the way we did last year with the Raiders and Giants game. Let me see. I'm not talking quarterback position, you guys. I'm not talking about future quarterbacks yet. Too early. Not doing that. We haven't played a snap yet. Not getting to the whole Sanders talk. Not getting to the whole Carson Beck talk. Not getting into any of that. It's way too early. It is the Gardner Minshew show right now, y'all. Let me see. Frank, always good to see you. Salute to Sicily. That content. Salute to my guy Mondo. Get your questions in, y'all. Robles, they're saying he's healthy. They're saying he's 100% healed up. I don't know how true that is. Those ankle injuries are real. Those foot injuries are real. So only time will tell. But this is the thing, coming off that major win last year, that blowout, 63-21, you want to face them at full strength. And hopefully Herbert's out there available and ready to go and at 100%, because I want no excuses week 1. Because if we lose, which we won't, I won't have any excuses. Hey, it is what it is. We took the L, move on to Baltimore. I don't want any excuses week 1. None. Herbert, healthy. J.K. Dobbins, Gus Edwards, healthy. That wide receiving group, healthy. Looks like the defensive side of the ball. Yeah, Bosa's dealing with some things. He always is. Khalil Mack's healthy. No excuses. Go out there and cook these boys. Cook them. So Herbert is 100% healthy. But I'll tell you one thing. Max, Malcolm Coons, Christian Wilkins, they can change that real quick, real fast, and in a hurry. Real talk. And look, I'm not one of those guys that tells anybody to target injuries, but this is the NFL, you guys. These are professional edge rushers like Max and Malcolm. These are professional defensive linemen like Wilkins. They will be going at the legs to get these guys down on the ground. And if I'm the Chargers, like I said before, I wouldn't have rushed to put Herbert back out there, especially putting him in that boot for 2 weeks, even though he's 100% fully healthy. They're going to go out there and they're going to put Herbert on his ass. So Harbaugh better know what he's doing. Lucky at this point, I'm telling you right now, there's not one player at the collegiate level that I would draft over Travis Hunter. Yes, I'm saying that right now, period. Because the way Devontae's contract is set up these next 2 years, it's absolutely insane. Travis Hunter, 3 touchdowns in Colorado, week 1 against North Dakota State, I believe. Can play corner at a high level. That catch that he made in the end zone was absolutely bonkers. I'm not taking any player over Travis Hunter. I think he's the most talented player in the nation at the collegiate level. There was a reason he was the number 1 corner coming out of Florida when Deion got him. Let me see. Me too, Dev. Me too. Me too. This is a great weekend to start off strong with our corner group. Even with Brandon Faison starting to, cut. He's gone. But Darnay Holmes and company, this is a good weekend for those guys to start off strong against the like of DJ Chark, Brandon Rice, who's unproven, Lab McConkey, who I like a lot, but he's unproven, and then Josh Palmer, a fringe wide receiver one, and Quentin Johnston, again, an early round guy that struggled up to this point. Definitely love our cornerback group against these guys. But remember, y'all, Justin Herbert is one of the better quarterbacks in the NFL with pressure on him. I think statistically he may be the number one. He may be the number one quarterback against pressure. And there's going to be a lot of it with Wilkins, Max, and company. So something to monitor, something to keep an eye on. Herbert can definitely get out of the pocket, create some plays with his legs. He is one of the better quarterbacks in the NFL with pressure on him. So it's going to be interesting to see if he can find those targets with all the pass rush and that stout defensive line that we have. Salute to Dave Lee, my guy. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you, man. My dog. Thank you so much. Salute to Spivey. I don't know. To be honest, you may see him out there at some point getting a few reps, to give Cody, who's a veteran, who's had some pretty down years these past few years, a breather here and there. I don't think that they want to rush JPJ out there. I wouldn't be shocked, Spivey, if he wasn't playing. To be honest, I wouldn't be shocked if he was a healthy scratch going into Sunday. There's no real reason to rush him out there. This is a guy that is a pivotal part of your future on the O-line. He'll probably be an all-pro player barring any health scares or anything like that. This is a guy that can be one of the best players on your team a few years down the line. So I don't think personally they rush him out there. I think he may be a healthy scratch week one, allowing him to get up to speed and get into game shape. So if I'm a betting man, I don't think that JPJ is going to play week one. But I do believe that Brock Bowers will play. Let me see. Robles, I think that once again, this is going to be a situation where Harbaugh loves to run the football. He's always a defensive-minded guy. He wants his defense to go out there, create turnovers, especially against a gunslinger like Gardner Minshew, and he wants to run the football effectively. So I think this is going to be a defensive-minded game by Harbaugh. It's going to be a lot of mind games on the defensive side of the ball with AP, Patrick Graham, and Jim Harbaugh, and then they're going to want to run the football. So I'm assuming they're going to want to run the football, especially with Herbert coming off that foot injury, to set up the pass. So I think it's going to be a heavy run attack, and they're going to want that defense to create some turnovers. So that's what I think his game plan is. They're going to want their defense to go out there, create some turnovers, and they're going to run the football a lot to set up the pass. I know that's kind of a bland, vanilla kind of response for me, but it is what it is. I think they're going to run the football and hope that their defense can create turnovers. Salute to Wilder. What up, Graphk? Hunter is from Snellville, Georgia. I thought he played at Florida. Didn't he play in Florida? I could have swore he played in Florida. Wilder? In high school. Salute to everybody here in the building. Yeah, he's born in West Palm Beach, Florida. Went to Collins Hill High School, which is in Sewanee, so you're right. But he was born in Florida. Born in Florida. I'm very familiar with Sewanee, Gwinnett, in that area. My mom lives in Sewanee. Salute to Rube, my dog. Wipe them feet, y'all. Hit them thumbs up. If you guys are not subscribed yet, what are y'all waiting on, man? Hit that subscribe button. T-Mac is the Travis Hunter killer. I love Hunter at corner, but there is absolutely no talent like T-Mac. Hunter, since high school, hasn't been able to guard him. Okay, Rube. Okay, I got to do my homework. Salute to my guy Rube on a $5 special. Salute to Dave Lee on a $10 special, my guy. Don't forget Minshew beat Baltimore when he was with the Colts. And one more thing, Brock Bowers. Salute to my guy on a $10 special. Dave Lee, it's a different Baltimore team. And I got to go back and look at that week to see, because they did have some injuries out there, right? They did not have they didn't have Derrick Henry out there running the football. I'll tell you that. So this is a different team. It's a different Baltimore team. But I think that if you want to beat the Baltimore Ravens, the defense has to have a major, major game. And we'll get to that week 2 when week 2 comes around. I'm not going to go too much into detail of how I feel about that game, but that's going to be a defensive-minded game. I have that being a low-scoring game, you guys. Real talk. It's going to be a very, very defensive-minded game. Salute to Dave Lee, my dog. Let me see. I don't think it's going to happen. Cody's a Luke Getsy guy. Very familiar with what he wants out of his offensive scheme. Andres Pete is former Pro Bowl guy who struggled at tackle for us in preseason, struggled at left tackle for the New Orleans Saints last year. I'm okay with Cody Whitehair starting over Andres Pete. I would rather have him start over Andres Pete. So, I mean, in a perfect world, JPJ is available and ready to go, right? But it's not. It is what it is. It's football. Deal with injuries, and you go about it the way you go about it. But I'm not starting Andres Pete at left guard over Cody Whitehair. I'd rather have Cody out there. And I'm not a big fan of either one of them at this point in their careers. But I'm definitely having Cody starting at left guard because of the familiarity with Luke Getsy's system and what they want out of him. Let me see. Yes, Mondo, we will definitely be here week 1. The video's already up. It's already up and ready to go. Me and Hammer will definitely be covering that game. Definitely. Let me see. This work week. Man, I'm telling you, it needs to hurry up. Now, Zato, I wouldn't be shocked if Andres Pete was one of those. Essentially, he's the backup left tackle right now, right? With Colton Miller back into the lineup. He can back up Cody Whitehair at left guard. And like you said, he got some reps at right guard. He could be the backup to Dylan Parham. This guy is going to be the Swiss Army knife type guy that can move up and down that O-line, a backup that can play multiple positions. But in the perfect world, you don't want to see Andres Pete out there unless you have to. Yeah, I agree, Watts. I agree. Salute to Vic, man, my dog, man. I'm here with you, brother. Salute to my guy. Let me see. Big question is, can these linebackers close the open gaps and defensive tackles shed just enough to start making the Raider wall up front? We shall see. Punk, we shall see. I don't think we're going to have a problem stopping the run this year. You know what I mean? We got a bunch of help up front. We got big bodies up there, Punk. You know, I mean, come on. John Jenkins, starting nose. Adam Butler in year 2 in this system. You brought in Christian Wilkins, who was good against the run and can get to the quarterback. You know, hopefully they can find, some balance there with Tyree Wilson there in the interior of that defensive line and on the outside. But he'll add some additional help there. You got Nesta Jade, who made the active roster, the 7th rounder out of USC, that can be a plug there in the ground game. So I'm not too much worried about it. But we'll see week 1. We'll see week 1. Realistically, though, you're going to see week 2 with Derrick Henry and company out there in Baltimore. But it all starts with stopping the run against the Chargers. If you can stop the run, you force Harbaugh and company to do some things that they don't want to do. You know what I mean? So it all starts week 1. Let me see. Alex says, who's a breakout candidate for you week 1? Trey Tucker. Alex, I'm not getting away from that. I mean, it'd be easy to say Brock Bowers because he's been the best tight end at the collegiate level the past 2-3 years, right? And first-round pick and the best player available on the board and the generational type talent. I'm going to go with Trey Tucker. I'm going with Trey Tucker because he's got all the hype this offseason. You know, he's put some muscle on. He showed in preseason. He's that guy that can take the top off of a defense. Trey Tucker. I think this is going to be a guy that can help set the tone for us on the offensive side of the ball against the Chargers. I don't think that they'll have any answer for him. I don't. The speed that he possesses, what is it, 4.42? I have Trey Tucker being that breakout candidate week 1. potentially have a big. This guy is the type of a guy that can have over 100 yards in the receiving game with just 3 catches. 10 Commandments, I like that. Janarius will be week 1 surprise. Talk that shit. I'm a big fan of Janarius Robinson. I like that. That's a good one right there. Salute to Wilder. You're right, bro. I didn't know he was from Florida. I remember him when he was playing here in GA. No, you were right too, though, brother. You were right too. We both, but he's a Florida boy. He's a Florida boy. I like that. But this is the thing, AP. Is he realistically, can you call him a breakout candidate? He broke out last year at the end of the year. You know what I'm saying? And he's our number 1 guy. Even when I was doing fantasy football, Zamir was one of those guys that were pretty high on the board. Like I had to take him at a specific. I'm like, wow, I got to take him this early just to get him on my roster. I don't think that he's truly a breakout candidate, to be honest. I mean, yes, he's never had over 1,000 yards, so you are correct in a sense. But I don't think that he's a surprise guy. He's your number 1 guy at the running back position. Trey Tucker is essentially your 4th, 5th option on the offensive side of the ball with Brock Bowers and Michael Mayer out there now. He's essentially your 4th or 5th option. Devontae 1, Jacoby 2. I'm assuming Brock will be that 3rd guy, and you got Mayer and Tucker there. Man, we have so many damn fire options on the offensive side of the ball, man. This offense can be scary if they put it all together. Salute to my brother Hug D's in the building. It's always good to see my dog. Even though you late to the party, you here, man. Salute to my guy. Salute to Rube on the $20 special. My God, man. McMillan, a.k.a. T-Mac, 6'5" wide receiver who has 4.3, 4.4 speed with crazy hands and routes. Last year versus Hunter had 9 catches, 101, and a TD. This week he had 10 catches, 300 yards, and 4 tutties. I'll hype this kid more than Helani. Holy shit. Yo. 10 catches, 300 yards, and 4 tutties. Well, this is the thing, though, Rube. If I'm getting Travis Hunter, to me, he's a wide receiver. This is not a kid that I'm bringing in to be that starting cornerback, a guy that can play both sides of the ball, but I'm drafting him as a wide receiver. This isn't a guy that I'm bringing in essentially to be your corner, but that's insane. 10 catches, 300 yards, 4 touchdowns. Holy shit. Holy shit. Salute to you. Hey, Will, what do you think about the kid out of Mizzou, too? The kid out of Mizzou, the wide receiver. That dude's a dog, bro. He's a dog. He put the league on notice this past week as well. He's a monster. Hunter lacerated his kidney and was hurt guarding him. Hey, man, you got to play against who you're going against, right? It wasn't that kid McMillan's fault that Hunter was hurt, but yeah, that kid in Mizzou, man, that wide receiver, he's a dog. Salute the Hug. Let me see. Yeah, he went crazy. He went batshit. Didn't he have 4 touchdowns or 5 touchdowns, something like that? Wipe their feet, y'all. Hit them thumbs up. If you're not subscribed yet, what are you waiting on? Hit that subscribe button. Salute to my guy, Raider G. Kuntz will have 3 sacks, and JB will be the breakout player. 27-24 Raiders. So you got a close one with Malcolm Kuntz with 3 sacks, and Jacorian Bennett will be the breakout player. Okay. I like that. I like that. George Hubbard says, Graphk, we have the weapons ready to set it off. Let's go Raiders. Talk that talk. 6 touchdowns. It's too early for me to dive completely into college football. Way too early. But I watched a ton of games this past weekend, but I haven't got an opportunity to really do my deep dive yet. It's way too early. It's way too early. So I usually get into that in the middle of the season, really start breaking down all these, projected first rounders, second rounders, them late round gems. We'll get to that when we get to that. Hopefully we don't have to do mock drafts early on in the season. Edward, Notre Dame, this is probably the best year for us where we could potentially win it all. Real talk. This defense is going to be insane this year. Look really good against A&M. As long as that offense can gel, I think we're gonna be in for a big year this year. And I love our head coach. Let me see. Yeah, 6 tutties, man. Salute. Could you see not a lot of burn, but you'll see him out there. You'll definitely see him out there, Alex. You'll see him, but not a lot. Not a lot. Let me see. Salute to everybody here in the building, man. I'm trying to bring something else up real quick. I had something else I wanted to talk to y'all about, and now I cannot see. I wanted to ask you guys' opinion on this. For those who didn't get an opportunity to see realistically, and I want you guys to be honest. Salute to my people over at the AFC West Roundtable. Salute to Roundtable Sports. I want you guys' opinion on this. I had the Chiefs at 12-5, rightfully so. I have our Raiders at 10-7. An improvement from last year, a game improvement. What do you guys think about this? Chargers 7-10. Harbaugh is going to go through his bumps and bruises in year one, trying to put it all together. Usually takes some time. I don't expect him to change that thing overnight. And then the Broncos at 5-12. Sean Payton is just nasty. I think he's the most overrated coach in the NFL. And I'm not sold on Bo Nix yet. I know a lot of people love what he did in preseason. I'm not sold on that. But what's your take on this? I think we can win 10 games, though. Primo says, I think that this can very well be the standings. I wanted you guys' opinion on this. If you guys didn't get an opportunity, check out the last video that we uploaded over at the AFC West Roundtable. We put all our projections out there. I want to read this real quick because I want to kill my boy for a minute. Salute to Ben. Hold on. I got to bring this up. What's wrong with this, y'all? What's wrong with this? What's wrong with this? I want to ask y'all, man. Maybe the math ain't mathing in my head. What's wrong with this? I guess the math ain't mathing in my head right now. Maybe I'm tripping. 11 plus 5, carry the times Pythagorean's theorem. Ben, what the fuck are we doing here, man? I cannot wait until tomorrow's show, dog. I am going to fry you. And I hope you're watching this show, brother. Salute to you, Ben. That boy about to get cooked. That boy about to get fried. Join the show tomorrow night, y'all. 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. Make sure to pull up on us. Let's have some fun. Salute to my guy, Aaron, man. Out in the 209. Good afternoon, my boy. Are you concerned about Bowers being ready week 1 versus the Bolts? And how important is it for the Raiders to win week 1? 0-1 going to Baltimore would be dangerous. To be honest, this may sound crazy. It may sound crazy. It's a must-win game. It's a must-win game. What has AP been preaching, Aaron? Start the season off fast. One of the reasons why we named Gardner Minshew the guy, right? Start the season off fast. Could you imagine losing on a road in LA to the Chargers, first game Jim Harbaugh's calling, and then going out to Baltimore and losing, starting the season off 0-2? All the air was out of the building at that point. All the air was out of the building. I don't care what you say. You start off 0-2 going into your first home game against the Carolina Panthers. To me, this is a must-win game. And if that sounds crazy, I know you guys. The first game of the season. How is it a must-win game? It's a must-win. It's you have to set the tone. You have to set the tone. This is a year, you guys, where we have to win the games that we're supposed to win. And on paper, with the whole turnaround in LA, with all the camaraderie that we have, Graham back, AP back, most of our players returning, a great draft, draft class. This is a must-win game. So am I worried about Brock Bowers? Definitely. A guy that had ankle injuries at Georgia, had surgery at one point, already dealing with some things with his foot right now, but I do believe he'll be available week 1. Either way, the good thing is we have Michael Mayer, another early round tight end that can, go out there and do what we need to do at the tight end position. So the thing is this, you can win this game without Brock Bowers. Real talk. And to be real, I would expect us to win this game without Brock Bowers. Still got Michael Mayer, man, a phenomenal talent at the tight end position. One of the most forgotten players in the nation already because of the Brock Bowers addition. So am I worried about him being there week 1? No, I'm worried about him being there for the majority of the season. I don't think it's a must need for Brock to be out there week 1. Would I rather have him out there? Hell yeah, because this offense is different with Brock Bowers out there. It's going to look absolutely insane in that 12 with him and Michael Mayer on the field, sharing the football field together. But if he's not ready to go, don't rush him out there. It's week 1. We already have another option. And then we have a great option at the third tight end spot with Harrison Bryant as well. So I'm not worried about it. But I feel you, brother. You cannot go into Baltimore 0-1. You can't, because more than likely that is a game that we can really lose. East Coast, early game, traveling from LA to Baltimore. That's a tough assignment. It's a tough assignment. Got to go out there to LA and win that game. And you got to show that we can win at SoFi Stadium. We have to. You got to go out there and show these guys that we can win in their place. Their place. Salute to my guy 209. Yeah, I want to say, man, real quick, shout out, man, I always butcher his name, Ryan Purcell, the rookie that came over from Florida, the first-round draft pick for the 49ers. I'm just going to speak for my area, Northern California, me being born and raised up there. We got to do better, y'all. The young kid is out there with a Rolex. He got the bag, got that round one money, but he was on his way to do a signing for fans and was shot in the chest. Like, what are we doing here, man? Has it gotten that bad that you're getting shot in broad daylight at Union Square in the middle of San Francisco? That is nasty, nasty work. Thank God the bullet went through his chest, right through his back. He's already healing up. He's already out of the hospital. Salute, man. That was one of my favorite wide receivers in this draft class. Salute to him, man. But we got to do better, dog. We have to do better, man. I hear so many bad things about Sac and Oakland and San Francisco right now. It's just bad, man. I hate to see that, man. So prayers going up to Ryan, man. I think he's going to be a phenomenal talent at the NFL level. This just nasty work. We got to do better, dude. We got to do better. Shot in the middle of broad daylight at Union Square. What are we doing here, man? Nasty, nasty work, man. And he from Tracy. It's nasty. Salute to my brother East Coast Gridiron, man. But once again, prayers up to my guy Ryan out there, man. Good to see him already out of the hospital and healing up. And he was already dealing with an injury. I mean, how tougher does it get with starting your NFL career? If this can't be the start of an insane Hall of Fame story, you're already hurt in training camp. You're already dealing with an injury. You get shot. I mean, come on, man. Like, wow. But I'm going to tell you now, Niners, when that kid comes back and he's ready to go, if y'all don't play mini-men when he comes on the football field, and I'm not talking about the fake Brian Robinson Commanders one, and salute to Brian Robinson. Once again, another guy that they tried to rob, and I believe he was shot in the legs. Play that mini-men, man. Play that mini-men. Tell you. I need to see my guy Ryan run on the football field with that 50 on, man. Facts. Salute the top beats, my guy in the building. Yeah, there's nothing in Tracy but a jail top. Let me see. Salute to everybody here in the building as always. Appreciate you guys. Coming up on an hour and a half. We still have 1,000 people in the building. We pretty much talked about everything today, you guys. Tomorrow we will be back. Coffee and Convo. We'll also be doing the AFC West Roundtable. Wednesday, me and Waste will be doing the Graphk and Waste show. Thursday, I believe we're going to be doing a collaboration show. Stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for that. Raiders Chargers. We're going to have some fun. Friday, we got a bunch of shows already lined up. We have a bunch of shows already lined up. Let me get 10 commandments in real quick. Bosa and Matt can be neutralized by our 12 personnel if done correctly. Chipping, tight end screens, shovel passes, even handing off to Brock on a tight end reverse. Your thought, man, facts. Facts. I mean, you're still playing against Khalil Mack and Joey Bosa when healthy, two of the better, edge rushers in the NFL. So it's still going to be tough, to take them completely out of the game anyway. But to neutralize, I agree. That 12 personnel is so tough to defend. You're right, 10 Commandments. And my apologies, you guys. The show tomorrow, I believe me and NFL Mike are going to be doing it tomorrow, leading up to the AFC West Roundtable. So stay tuned for that. I think tomorrow we're going to do a live Coffee and Convo, or some point tomorrow doing a Raiders Chargers preview with NFL Mike. So stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for that. But as always, you guys, love y'all. Appreciate you guys. OakLosVegas.com. Go over there and get your drip. BetUS. Make sure to go over there. Hit the link. We'll get there in a minute. Also, WoodsonWhiskey.com. Go over there and buy a bottle of that goat whiskey. Tell C. Wood and Company I sent you. They have the new bottle up on the website. You guys got to go check it out. It's only for a limited time only. Go over there and check it out. I'm a flamethrower NFL Mike, dog. We gonna have some fun. We're gonna have some fun. But once again, you guys, this show is powered by BetUS. Salute to our proud sponsors over at BetUS. Head over there to the link that's in the description. It will be in the comment section pinned as well. Make sure to head over there and get 125% signing bonus on your first 3 deposits for up to $2,000. And they're the fastest payouts in the industry. Make sure to head over to BetUS and tell them I sent you. Salute to all my people here in the building. Love y'all. I'm out. Peace.
Michael Vick at BetUS.com. Catch an incredible 125% sign-up bonus on your first 3 deposits, plus 10% gambler's insurance. BetUS, my online sports book.
Jerome is coming up and he's going to blow the house out, but I have to get that in.